자, 토요일 날 오후 4시 47분이 지나가고 있습니다. 오늘 아침 도시락을 싸가지고 물의정원에 가서 먹고 거기서 찍고 유튜브 거기서 다 올리고 갔다 와서 막걸리 한 잔 먹고 푹 자고 지금 일어났습니다. 자, 한번 책을 또 신나게 또 한번 읽겠습니다. The Leadership Challenge: How to Make Extraordinary Things Happen in Organization. For example, if quality is the top priority, find ways to expand the people's influence and discretion over issues of quality control and process improvement. Expand, take over. The Roman Empire expanded all over Europe. How to succeed in new situation. Control the negotiation before it begins. Focus on 4 preliminary factors that can shape the outcome. Countless books and articles offer advice that can help deal makers avoid missteps at the bargaining table. Currency wars, the making of the next global crisis. More importantly, currency depreciation and the peg of the currency rate and the depreciated rate serves as a conspicuous commitment to a higher price level in the future. Small talk. Build better business relationship through successful conversation. Complete the question with the words in the box. Blah, 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 in charge of marketing. The success journey, the process of living your dreams. What lessons have I learned? My friend B suggests a list of questions to help you analyze any failure. Am I grateful for this experience? We recommend your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight for unexpected turbulence. The geography of thought, how Asians and Westerners think differently and the why. The decontextualization and object emphasis favored by Westerners, and the integration and focus on relationships by Easterners result in very different ways of making influence. Strategy. Create and implement the best strategy for your business. Resistance may be passive in the form of non-commitment to goals, or active in the form of direct opposition or subversion. Clean. The revolutionary program to restore the body's natural ability to heal itself. Find an open-minded doctor. Your clean wellness plan at a glance. Your list of goals for the next year may include some or all of the following. Add your own goals to the list. Eat clean. Eat organic food, nothing processed. 51% raw. Avoid chemicals. Buy foods at your local farmer's market. Apocalypse at the neighbor. It warns about poverty traps, violent conflict, and mass migration without much support in the literature. Coaching, evoking excellence in others. The challenge now is to complete the program, leaving enough structure and competence in place so that your client remains self-correcting and self-generating. Hire and keep the best people. They are skillful in talking with you out of checking their references. Our final invention, artificial intelligence and the end of the human era. And perhaps not just us, but all life in our galaxy. Brilliant the PR. How can you stand out from the crowd? Brilliant outcomes. Learn how to present yourself or your business to the public. Understand the elements of a PR campaign. Find out how to manage your crisis. Discover the power of social networking. "10 days to faster reading." Know the difference between a search engine and a directory. A search engine is a program that receive your search request. Compare it to to entries in its index and match the results closest to your topic. The difference, how anyone can prosper in even the toughest times, make a mess of things. Where does that drive come from? Change anything, the new science of personal success. For more tips on how to hold this crucial conversation, go to changeanything.com/exclusive source 5. Invert the economy. The existing economy often works against our fitness goals. The artist way, a spiritual path to higher creativity. 10 items I'd like to own that I don't are. And again, you may want to collect these images in order to boost sales. Experts in sales motivation often teach rookie salesmen to post images of what they would like to own. It works. To accept the responsibility of being a child of God is to accept the best that life has to offer you. Presentation Skills 201. How to take it to the next level as a competent, engaging presenter. Know when your performance really starts. The organized mind. Thinking straight in the age of information overload. Why would I do that? He asked. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I feel great. And it's not like I would do anything differently based on what they find. I feel great. You can win. A step-by-step tool for top achievers. Winners don't do different things. They do things differently. Appreciation. In order to be effective, must meet the following criteria. It must be the specific. When I say the way you handled that difficult customer under time pressure was great, then he knows what he's being appreciated for. Your roadmap for success. You can get there from here. Spend time with growing people. Name the 3 best models for growth of all the people you know. Plan to spend time with each of them during the coming weeks. Your goal is to develop positive relationships and enjoy each other's company. The Everyday Hero Manifesto. Activate your positivity. Maximize your productivity. Serve the world. Okay, let's go even deeper. Let's go even deeper. Trauma is not a dirty word. Best to be avoided at stylish cocktail parties and amid polite conversation. No, not at all. How to be productive without burning out. Manage your energy, not your time. In the end, he became better at all kinds of management skills, from budgeting to hiring, and his team performed much better too. Body mind. Once again, we see how the entire body mind seems to be dependent on the vital functioning of all its parts, and how disease or tension in one area may directly affect the structure and function of all other related areas and their corresponding personality characteristic. Reboot your business, reboot your life. Your future depends on it. If the marketing imperative is strictly to interrupt those who are doing this, there is a missed opportunity. The way in which we move away from a world of narcissism into a space of value is in realizing that with so many interested and connected individuals online, the true opportunity is to take a step back from all of the self-promoting chest thumping and to dig down deep and uncover and connect with those who can offer mutually beneficial connection. The true opportunity is to take a step back from all of the self-promoting, chest thumping, and to dig down deep and uncover and connect with those who can offer a mutually beneficial connection. The essentials. Most managers describe strategic positioning in terms of their customers. Southwest Airlines service price and convenience sensitive travelers, for example. 1001 ways to be romantic, more romantic than ever, filling every day with romance. He took his girl out. He took his girl out to dinner and waited for her to notice the unique artwork on the wall. More romantic than ever. Sure, you could buy some roses. Yes, you could cook an elegant romantic dinner. Of course, you could give a heart-shaped box of chocolate. The way we are working isn't working. The four forgotten needs that energize greater performance. The most inspiring leaders are those who consistently tune in to what others are feeling and listen to them with interest and respect. Making Biden's presentation, how to deliver a winning message. The planning page gets in the way of your purpose, and it feels like a chore. The attractor factor. I've repeatedly used Anne's method in my own life to help me on the Larry King television show, to help me prepare for a presentation where I spoke after Tony and before Donald Trump to help me write books like the one you are reading right now. Before I explain the method to you in detail, let me offer a small slice from Anne on how powerful scripting your future with feeling can be. 14 years before the frightful sinking of the Titanic, an Englishman by the name of Walter Road wrote a book entitled A Night to Remember. In it, he conceived a fabulous Atlantic Ocean liner called the Futility. Kill the company and the status quo, start an innovation revolution. Many people have begun signing up for news and announcement at local universities and libraries, and make it a point to attend monthly free lectures, workshops, and seminars to keep boosting their skills and stay ahead. Many Ivy League universities now offer their curriculum and lectures online for free. For example, visit MIT OpenCourseware. Write to the source. Improve your voice. Reread your first draft. The first draft to be sure that you sound confident and excited about your topic. The communication problem solver, simple tools and techniques for busy managers. Also, people can take only so much change at one time. When they have a lot of change simultaneously at work or in their personal lives, they may have more difficulty accepting the change in a positive way. Making children mind without losing yours. Get kids to do what they want them to do. Foil finicky eaters. Turn up temper tantrums, and minimize sibling rivalries. Infinite Possibilities, The Art of Living Your Dreams. Infinite Possibilities is the perfect book at the perfect time. We all have a preference. We all have preferences with regard to how we'd like our life and the relationship to go, and the preferences are both good and natural. Female and Forgetful, a 6-step program to help restore your memory and sharpen your mind. The estrogen in the cream is also absorbed into the bloodstream, by which it travels throughout the body. The one thing, the surprisingly simple truth behind the extraordinary results. Live with a purpose. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Poland, disappearing landscape in a wide steppe. Living from the heart as a practice, what it means to connect with your heart. For simple steps to help you come back to your heart at the center. Observe yourself. Become a conscious observer of your thought, feelings, and action. Out of the ashes, tools for recovering corporate health. For instance, it was argued that we needed a heavily loss-making flight for African connecting regions. The education of millionaires. Everything you won't learn in college about how to be successful. She had been on TV before for makeup-related stories and felt intuitively that her future lay in building a brand for herself online. Public speaking skills. Overcome the fear of public speaking. It's always possible to retrain a foreign accent and make those English sounds a lot clearer. The portable coach. Discover what matters most to you. Develop more character than you need. Integrity is not enough to become irresistibly attractive. Character is not made in a crisis. It is only exhibited. People often define character in terms of integrity or honesty. That's a good start, but character is also a whole lot more. The 100 Simple Secrets of the Best Half of Life. Make your second half the best half. Listen to your favorite music. A song is so much more than sound to us. It is a feeling, a memory, a new world, a trip back to an old world. Keep music in your life wherever you go. The Doodle Revolution. Unlock the power to think differently. It unleashed a fuller expression of thinking styles available to us, and because of that, it made more ideas possible. I love female orgasm. Who knew that masturbation could play an important role in advancing science? The ejaculation spots either had no color or fainted a bluish tinge. IFRS the primer. International GAAP and the basics. Instruction for each of the items listed. Identify what specific costs are likely to be included in the acquisition cost. Avoid retirement and stay alive. And nothing, absolutely nothing, sums it up better than the last car syndrome. The last little car. We see it and hear it all too often. Well, I'm getting on a bit now and need a car to see me out. Great TED Talks. Creativity, an unofficial guide with words of wisdom from 100 TED speakers. The Museum of Glass in Tacoma, Washington, had a program called Kids Design Glass, and the kids drew their own ideas for glass art, she explains. The resident artist got some of their best ideas from the program because kids don't think about the limitation. Idioms. Fight like cat and dogs. Fight like cats and dogs. Since the beginning of time, cats and dogs have been natural enemies, and when they meet, they usually get involved in fierce fight. Fight like. Essential American idiom. Serve someone right for an act or event. To punish someone fairly for doing something. John copied up my test paper. It would serve him right if he failed the test. It would serve John right if he got arrested. We give shareholders too much of the power. Most important, they surrounded themselves with strong teams. Building a story brand. Clarify your messages so customers will listen. If you are including messages on your website that don't come from one of the categories of the story brand 7-part framework, your customers will only hear noise. Nudgy. Our main conclusion. Our main conclusion should not be surprising to anyone who has read this far into the book. Participation rates jump when enrollment is easy. American history. Clothes in the closet are covered with dust. How did President Franklin find jobs for 4 million Americans? He created them. The unmanageable star the performer. Venture capital financing is the exception, not the norm, among startups. ADHD, proven instructional techniques for school success. Although medication often is helpful and can give needed support, adults with ADHD also will benefit from learning to succeed on their own. Developing application using the Windows. Notice that with the synchronous call, the main code doesn't continue executing. It blocks until all the function code is executed and the function returns. His nosebleed won't stop. Feelings. What can we do if we feel angry? Playing a game or sport which you really enjoy is a good way to relax, and it helps to get the angry feelings out of your system. The mind-body prescription, healing the body, healing the pain. But the pain continued. The winner's way, a proven method for achieving your personal best in any situation. If this is your strongest suit, if this is your strongest suit, you probably know how to paint vision and inspire people to get going. The future of money, how the digital revolution is transforming currencies and the finance. Developing economies feel that the rules of the game are rigged in favor of the advanced economies, which treat the international rule-making bodies and major multilateral institutions as their fiefdoms. Performance triad, the Total Army Family Challenge. How to plan to improve your health with sleep, activity, and nutrition. Does it contain 5 ingredients or less? Don't waste your money or risk your health. Take the quiz and find out how your dietary supplemented rate. Make a list of all the dietary supplements you use or are thinking about using and how much they cost. Harvard Business Review, growth traps to avoid. As a result, the group began to help frame important debate about critical issues, from the performance evaluation of divisional heads to Saxon's response to the credit crisis. The age of surveillance of capitalism. Eagle told Wired that year that the reality mining study represented an unprecedented data set about continuous human behavior that would revolutionize the study of groups and offer new commercial application. Editor, a person who edits written material for publication. Later, I checked the husk on corn. Wolf Pack. How to come together, unleash our power, and change the game. I know that's who I usually think of. Here's my question. Why don't we think of ourselves? Maybe because our cultural understanding of leadership has omitted far too many of us for far too long. My first dictionary. Quarry. A quarry is a place where stone is cut out of the ground. The stone is used for building. The sixth most important decision you'll ever make. You can always tell an addict. Just watch for these three signs. They will deny they have an addiction and claim, I can quit anytime I want. The new private practice. Therapists, coaches share stories, strategies, and advice. At this point, show some small gesture of affection and appreciation that listened, then casually remember something else you have to do, and go do it as soon as you can gracefully disappear. The art of talking to anyone. Essential people skills for success in any situation. Allow others their personal space. When in public, it is important to appear non-threatening and respectful. If you see someone doing or wearing or reading something unusual, do not ask for explanation. What's next? Follow your passion and find your dream job. Anything you'd like have done differently? I don't think so. Moving to the two-bedroom condo freed up a lot of time. I didn't want to get to 75 and ask, what did I do with my life? Is 789 words of the wisdom. When love stops growing, it dies. The Don't Sweat the Affirmation. 100 inspirations to help make your life happier and more relaxed. Being kind is a choice. Principles. When we are born, our brains are pre-programmed with learning accumulated over hundreds of millions of years. The 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People. Some people like the big picture, and others like the details. It's Saturday afternoon, and two men who live next door to each other in older homes of about the same size and condition are in their backyards. 6 Steps to College Success. Learning Strategies for STEM Students. Repetition is the key to memory. Give yourself a pat on the back if you regularly schedule enough time for multiple reviews before an exam. American Heritage High School Dictionary. Fragile, easily broken, damaged, or destroyed. Frail. Salad is a refreshing side dish, invigorating. Entree. The plan. Eliminate the surprising healthy food that are making you fat and lose weight fast. In a bowl, beat together honey, egg, and applesauce. New York State. The tinga burrito, shredded chicken in a tomato and onion chipotle sauce, is my favorite. Putting it in writing friendly letters. A meeting of an after-school group. Here are some occasions when you would send an announcement: a sports event, a club party, or awards celebration. Talk to me. How voice computing will transform the way we live, work, and think. What are some movies starring actor name and other similar qualities would all be interpreted as request for a filmography. Barack Obama, a promised land. This is the time, Mr. President, he had said. Don't let it slip away. Chronic marketing, build an automated business. Use a hosting company that allows WordPress website and install a video-friendly theme. Register your name as domain. One-on-one science tricks. Fold and fold again several times. Setting your heart on fire. 7 invitations to liberate your life. Understanding how dreams can rebuild piece of yourself that are otherwise denied. You now look for similar revelation in your waking world. Instead of shrinking from these shadows, you welcome them. Becoming intimate with your shadows, you realize, is the way to become intimate with yourself. The new teacher, finding purpose, balance, and hope during your first years in the classroom. And together you can make good things happen. Basic tips and etiquette. Keep to the right. Don't stop here. This taxi is vacant. Human body. The cardiac veins drain blood from the cardiac muscle. First Children's Encyclopedia. Meet my companion. Large animals often appear at a waterhole with accompanying oxpeckers. Reading for thinking. Most held fast to customs in their own culture. At the same time, they took up a new life in America. National Museum of Natural History as different kind of vertebrates adapted to new habitats, seemingly endless variation on the basic skeletal structure evolved. Project Achievement Reading. In what direction would you be traveling if you went from the airport to Winter Park? A favorite vacation city. Disney World is not the only region. Orlando, Florida has become one of the most popular fantasy vacation spots in America. Fear, Trump in the White House. If you've got an idea, come up and see me. Trump only had to stay neutral. indigent, dependence, indigent. Feel dejected because you lack the eloquence? Where have I been? More nimble state-led enterprise contribute most of China's growth. Nimble. The wealthy gardener. Sometimes when I vacation alone, I return energized with a new life direction. What, weighted what, and life's other essential question. When contacted by Bob, who said a relative was trying to find her, she and her husband drove to the adoption agency's office in Elizabeth. Control your destiny or someone else's will. The American Book of Living and Dying, Lessons in Healing Spiritual Pain. Don't talk to Lady about it, son. Don't go there. It makes his pain worse. A time to build, and it has helped to turn countries, different sort of institution into interchangeable stages for the same kind of cultural psychodrama, flattening the distinct forms and formalities of each. Inventions and discoveries. Most famous invention, working at night with his assistant, Thomas Watson. He made the first working telephone in 1876. Inside reading. The economic word list in context. The expert analysis draws scattered facts together into a coherent picture. Reading challenge. How did the brothers learn about the planes? Right word, wrong word, repetition. Have you done your revision for the exam? Strategic business forecasting. An effective four-measure system for improving the future of your business. Probability. What is the likelihood that a given event will occur? Timing. When might that event occur? Tomorrow? Next year? In the distant future? Impact. To what extent will the event affect your organization? Action potential. How practical is it for you to act now in order to shape the future? Techniques and principles in language teaching. Introduction. Task-based language teaching. Synthetic syllabi comprise linguistic units, grammar structures, vocabulary items, function, etc. Essays that will get you into business school. Instead of devoting the effort necessary to improve my abilities, I had grown unduly satisfied and been content with my level of development. Football for dummies. Grasp the rules and regulation, positions, plays, and penalties. He usually positioned himself 12 to 15 yards deep and up the line of scrimmage, as shown in Figure 10. How they got into Harvard. 50 successful applicants share 8 key strategies for getting into the college of your choice. At Harvard, although A claims to have left well-rounded days behind, she still manages to participate in many diverse areas of the college. Well-rounded. Elite minds. How winners think differently to create a competitive edge and maximize success. You will have the ability to make the impossible possible simply by doing the possible. And once you realize this, you will find yourself doing the impossible. prolong. Should we spend our time in prolonging misery when we believe that there is no chance of change? Penny coin. The coin that is worth 1 cent in the U.S. Pentagon. Why do so many incompetent men become leaders, and how to fix it? It is already hard to change perception. It is already hard to change perception, but when reality is controlled by perception, the challenge is monumental. To hunt for something is to search for it carefully. The philosophy book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. It is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. But even so, this situation would leave open the possibility that some truths, such as mathematical axioms, could be known, though not through the senses. Children's Illustrated Encyclopedia Factories. One machine could do the work of many individuals, which greatly increased the number of goods that could be produced. Eyes. This is called binocular vision. The Wall Street Journal Guide to Information Graphics. The do's and don'ts of presenting data, facts, and figures. High standard deviation. Data widely dispersed around the mean. Standard deviation. Standard deviation shows how tightly the data is dispersed around the mean. A highly volatile stock has a high standard deviation. What happy people know, how the new science of happiness can change your life for the better. Yeah, that might sound like a strange thing to call a man who had tried to kill himself, but it wasn't his true self. He'd wanted dead. It was the self that had betrayed his value and made his life miserable.